And to your point, you have a career having written many, many, many top songs. So everyone, Kandi's going to be fine. Before we wrap up, two things. What do you think it is? You know, that's great that when it's your time, great. Like, but why do you think it is like you are still here? Like, what is it? Like, what is you're great at this job, Kandi? I mean, I don't care what people say on the internet. You don't last 13 freaking seasons just by luck. So what is it? Why are you good at this?
I think I'm very transparent. I'm extremely transparent. I do not try to change who I am for the sake of my image. I don't try to fake anything. I think people genuinely are able to relate to my story because I am like, no, I'm not the most over the top person on the show. I'm not, but because of that, I think that has made me more relatable for a lot of people. I'm normally the person who's saying what most of y'all be thinking. You get what I'm saying? So you have to have a normal person within the group that kind of speaks freely and says what a lot of people are thinking anyway. You know what I mean? It allows for people to have somebody that they can connect to and relate to. Now, with that being said, on top of that, yes, I would say I'm not necessarily over the top, but I am surrounded by over the top people in my life. So in my family, my mom, my aunts, the people that you see within my personal story, it makes it interesting. So regardless of, I see people be like, oh, she's boring. Yeah, but my life ain't boring because I am, whether it's be me and my group Xscape, me and my mom and my aunts, my cousins and whatever, or me and just the people that work at my restaurants. It's like, there's always something happening around me that is interesting for the people, and I don't hide anything. I'm totally transparent. So it makes it easy for you to feel like it was something that I thought was interesting that Andy brought up to me recently. And he was like, I don't think you have ever asked for anything to be taken out of the show. And I'm like, as far as Housewives is concerned, I think he's right. Even though things may not necessarily show me in a great light sometimes, you know, I kind of just roll with it and let the cards fall as they may, even though I may be upset about it, even though sometimes I don't like it. I don't like, you know what I mean? But I don't try to fix things before they come out or, you know, any of that. I just kind of roll with it.
And that's what Andy said to you recently.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Because I mean, you know, we all know, we've heard stories about lots of people that do ask for things to be taken out and that.
And I'm not saying they're not justified in that. I'm just saying, me personally, I do care about the show. And I do know the show has to be able to show things that may not necessarily always show you in the best light, because it's the real thing that's happening. And people relate to the real, and people want to see, even if it's a train wreck, they want to see the train wreck happen, and they want to see the train wreck get fixed and the train get back on the line. You know what I mean? They want to see the whole process of things. They don't want to see just everything be always great. You know what I mean? They want to see the highs and the lows. And I think people have been able to see that through me over the years.
And it's really authentic. Before we wrap up, I just have to say, I have been to the dungeon. I went to see the dungeon tour live. For all those who haven't, they got to see the magnificent Michael Bolware, Mr. Bolo, last season. I just have to ask you before we go, where did you find this fine specimen? Yeah.
I met Bolo a long time ago. I think I was doing something for Candy Coated Nights when we were doing our show online, and somebody introduced him to come, and that was when we was doing like a taping Candy Coated Nights in my store tags. This is how long ago.
Wow.
A long time ago. And he came and he did like a little performance or whatever. So we would always, reach out to him if we needed somebody to perform. When we decided to do the dungeon tour, I made him a major part of the show. And believe me, he had everybody going crazy. And then obviously, when I recreated the dungeon show for Cynthia's party that time, I brought Bolo. And there you have it. Now the world knows him. And I'm so excited for him because now he's an actor and he's doing his thing, you know, on All the Queen's Men, the show that Eva, excuse me, why I call her Eva? Excuse me. He's one of the male stars on All the Queen's Men that Eva is the lead on. So it's awesome.
He is. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God. Well, before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to talk about? Season 14, RHOA. This is going to be so good. It's so good so far. Anything else you want to cover? I'd like to give people a chance at the end you can talk about anything. I know you said recently you want your EGOT. You've already got your Grammy. Listen, you're on your way for a possible Tony.
Yes.
Broadway producer Kandi Burruss.
Thank you. Go ahead and speak that into my life. Okay.
I think
the main thing I want to say about season 14, I want everybody to at least watch the first 2 episodes, I would say. And if you're not hooked, okay. But I don't want anybody else to say, I'm not watching just because this person is there or that person isn't there. I just want you to watch. Just give it a fair shot. Go into it open mind, not even, just see if you like it. And if you do, I don't hear it because I think a lot of people feel like they're being traitors to their faves if they watch the show, if their fave is not there. Well, you have to remember, it's a show, y'all. And overall, like I said, it's a franchise and we all come and go, whatever. So you can still support the show, even if somebody that is your fave is not on it this particular year. You never know, that person may come back later. So.
And not for nothing, 2 things to that point. I agree. I think the Sum of the Whole is great. I think the Sum of the Whole is greater than its parts. We lost Lisa Vanderpump on Beverly Hills. The world shattered. Guess what? Right. Beverly Hills is phenomenal. We lost Bethany Frankel on New York. Okay, not great. New York went on to great things. I mean, it had a bad season. We've lost some greats on Atlanta, and it's still been great over the years. So without certain people. So I feel that this season is going to be a blockbuster. I really do. I mean, I've heard things and seen things, and I think it's going to be a killer season. So I agree with you, the first 2 episodes, right?
Right. You got to give it a fair shot. And if you don't like it after that, okay. But come on, watch.
Come on, people. Before we go, could I just take another screenshot of us? Because our resolution is 1,000 times better now. Thank you. I agree. Everyone needs to watch. Well, listen, Kandi, icon, musical genius, everything. I really appreciate this. It's going to be a great season. I appreciate you taking your time, especially an hour. Sorry to have kept you, but I really appreciate this chat.
Well, you got me late for my dinner.
I'm sorry. Listen, you're in New York. Hopefully you're going somewhere fun, have a drink and have an awesome night.